Homesteading. I'm in the garage this morning, and it is Saturday morning, and I'm super happy my Princess Otto Alaskan Sawmill showed up. I'll give you a little backstory if you haven't watched the previous video. I broke my Husqvarna Farmer Tech Alaskan Sawmill. It wasn't so much the sawmill's fault, it was my fault. I made a glaring error and I broke it. So you know what, I came in from that. We're going to learn from that and not make that mistake again. But I needed an Alaskan sawmill to finish cutting my boards for my raised beds. Because if you want to cut precision lumber that you don't have to plane a ton, you need to get an Alaskan sawmill. So I looked around, and Husqvarna was going to take way too long to get here. I just couldn't. It would be a month by the time it showed up. So I'm like, okay, I can't do that. I looked around some big box stores, and for a 24-inch Alaskan sawmill, it was almost going to be $300. And I said, you know what? For that price, I might as well buy a Granberg. So I went, okay. So I looked at Princess Otto, and they had one for $99. And shipping was free from Princess Otto. So I was like, man. So it cost me $100 to my door, taxes $112 or something like that. So I was super happy with it. Princess Otto, I ordered it 2 days ago. It showed up on my steps. So I'm super happy with their shipping, and that I have a chance to use it today. We're gonna unbox it and start putting it together. Portable lumber mill, clamps on the chainsaw, no drilling, maximum bar length 24, maximum log dimension 21, mill slabs 12 inches thick, 20 inches wide, aluminum and steel. Use as intended. I don't know what else you'd use this thing for, but you never know. Okay, so flip it over. These are a little heavier than the ones from Husqvarna. I'll show you. Here's the Husqvarna one, and here's the Princess Otto one. So I'd say it's thicker aluminum for sure. Okay, so let's assemble this. Oh, that's not much of a book. Your assembly instructions have something to be desired. Oh, that's pretty decent too. That's decent weight. I think this thing's actually pretty decently made. It's got increments on the bar. And even here, it's got edges. So when it clamps, it's going to have a sharp edge here, 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 and here to hold it from moving around. Comes with a little wrench. A lot of these have a hole, so you can put the wrench in with it. I might actually drill a hole in there. This side goes towards the chainsaw. Okay, so we're going to assemble this because the instructions don't give you anything. These instructions are... I find Princess Otto instructions, I don't like them. Like that. Midpoint. I think I need this. Line carriage bolts. Place tie bar 17 over all 4 carriage bolts. Okay, so I need carriage 2 in this thing. Go like that, I believe. And then, ooh, then we slide this plate this one. And there. Now let's see what else. Okay, so we'll put the handle on. Washer. Wash. This actually feels like better rubber too. I'd say it's a little better made than the Husqvarna one. Okay, so we throw them in there, in here. So that's what it's supposed to look like. I got a lock nut, flat washer, carriage bolt, holding that onto the rail. This is your center bar, and it has normal nuts on the inside and the easily adjustable nuts on the outside. And same thing to hold this side on. Your angles point back to where your chainsaw is going to be. Okay, this is the part that goes towards the very end of the bar. And you got your dimensions, they have to point that direction. Got this little aluminum holder and a carriage bolt. And you slide it through. This part goes towards the chainsaw. And this has to point forward, like here. And that's what it looks like. Two bolts like that. Flat washers, I believe. Slide them through here. Put this on. Put this on. There you go, it's fully assembled. I'd say that's a little heavier than the Husqvarna. It's definitely not made by Husqvarna for sure. But these things are all clones of the Granberg, really. Make sure you don't tighten up all the bolts so you actually get it on the bar all lined up, and then tighten everything up tight. Because if you don't, it's going to be a little crooked here and there. So it's better to get it all lined up and on the bar. So that's about enough for this morning. It's all set up. I'm gonna go in, have some breakfast, and then later we'll get out there and mill some lumber with it and see how that works. But that's about enough for now. So you guys have a good one.